Hi. Today I'm going to teach you how to draw using these markers and these fine liner pens. I chose this scene, which is a part of my room, for today's drawing. First, I'm drawing the parquet lines using a brown fine liner pen. Now I'll start coloring the inside of the parquet with markers. If your marker creates texture while coloring and doesn't look completely smooth, it's better to use that texture to your advantage to make the drawing look nicer. That's why I color the vertical parquet pieces from top to bottom, and the horizontal ones from left to right. Now I'm going to color the fringe of the rug with a gray marker. At first, I colored the whole section solid, but it didn't look very nice. So I decided to leave some white spaces between the fringes to make it look more natural and more beautiful. Now I'm going to simply color the rug's patterns using red, orange, and blue. I'm coloring this part of the rug with a gray marker that has a light ink flow. This creates a nice texture on the rug as the color appears lighter and darker in different areas. You can also use markers with a light ink flow for the same effect. For coloring this wicker drawer, I'm using this marker color along with a darker brown. For this part of the wicker texture, I'm using this golden yellow marker, and I'm outlining the lines with a brown fine liner pen to make it look nicer. For coloring the leaves, I'm using 2 shades of green, light and dark. Now I'm shading the leaf stems a little with a dark green fine liner pen to make them look nicer. After coloring the soil in the pot with dark brown, I start coloring the pot itself with light gray. Then I use a darker gray marker to add shading, giving it a nice volume. I'm coloring these leaves with a green marker that has a light ink flow, and this helps make the leaf cluster look more beautiful. For these leaves, I'm using 2 shades of green and trying to bring out the leaf texture with the darker color. And using these techniques, I color the rest of the leaves as well. As you can see, I'm using the fine liner pen in some areas for shading and coloring because it gives a nicer effect, and the fine tip allows me to draw the details more precisely. And that's it. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. See you in the next video. Goodbye.